In this video, in the series, the tutorial for doing your first data science project using the Kaggle dataset for the Titanic information, we're going to cover feature selection in engineering. This is a busy step, so get ready because we're going to be doing a number of things in this step in order to prepare for model selection and evaluation, which is coming up next. The first thing we're going to do is to take out features that lack predictive value. And right away we know that passenger ID, name, ticket, and cabin have limited value. Passenger ID is just a series of numbers, arbitrary numbers, 1 to 891. So it's not that helpful. Name are names. Again, it's great to know, but it just lacks the predictive value that we need. And, simplicity is important. So you always want to simplify if possible. Of course, you don't want to oversimplify because then, you're not capturing all the complexities needed to do the analysis. But if you can simplify, and it's not going to hurt your overall work, then you should do it. So name goes, comes out, and then ticket and cabin. Again, these are levels that just again are complicated, or just have too many unknowns. So we're going to remove these features from the model. The next thing we're going to do is to fill in missing values. So there were certain variables that had missing values, age, cabin, and embarked. Cabin is out, so we're left with age and embarked. So we actually have tools to fill in these missing values. And there's a link to an article if you want to read more. But if you run these code blocks, the first one is going to fill in the missing age value with the median. So it's going to take all the age values that are present, which are about 714 out of 891, find the median, and then fill in those missing values with the median. So that's what this code block does. The next code block, when dealing with the embarked variable, will take the most popular embarked ports and fill in those missing values with that port. We can see the top port is S, which here comes the data dictionary again. It's you want to have it nearby. So we're going to check and see, oh look, S stands for embarked. S is the Southampton port. So that is the most popular. And so for the missing ports, we're going to assume that it's Southampton. Of course, there's a trade-off. I mean, some of those missing value, for the ports probably got on other ports. But, again, there's a trade-off between, being able to do analysis or do better analysis and then losing some accuracy. And so that's something you always have to weigh as you're going along. But we want to do the analysis, so that is what we're doing here. The next thing we're going to do is to correct for skew in one of the variables, the fare variable, which is like ticket price. So we did a histogram above. You remember from a previous video. I'm going to pull it up. Here it is, and it's skewed. So we need to correct for that. So the log transformation will correct for that. We're going to do this in two parts. Part one, we're going to run the first code block, and then you can see that this column right here is the log transformation. So we're doing the data describe, which outputs this, which we covered in the previous video in the exploratory data analysis phase. And then once we've done that, we can rerun the histogram, and it's looking a lot better. This is rerunning it with the log transformation, and this is what you get for the fare variable. And now we're ready to do one-hot encoding for categorical features. We have a very informative and short article about what one-hot encoding is and when it's used, and I suggest you check it out before moving forward. But what I'll say about it is it's a way to transform categories into zeros and ones. So basically, it's a way to standardize categorical variables so that it's easier for the algorithm to read. And so when you copy this code block and run it, this is what you get. Also, you can see, so passenger class is broken out, for example, first, second, third, sex, male, gender, which is male, female, and embarked, the 3 ports. So that way you can like look across each record, each instance, each passenger, and see that, for example, passenger 1 was a first class female passenger who embarked at the Cherbourg port. So it's a way to just transform and standardize your categorical variables. So that is what one-hot encoding is. And now we are ready with the completion of this step to move on to model training and evaluation, which is very exciting. Please post any questions or comments in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.